Hi folks, G3 here, and welcome to another instalment of my journey to go green. Today's episode is an EV news update, so let's get on with that news. This week's news, I've got two items about MG cars and also one about LG entering the charging scene. First up, it's the MG4. Now, 4 is considered unlucky in China, so they are calling it the MG Mulan. But in Europe and the UK, it's going to be the MG4. Now, this piece of news was from autoexpress.co.uk, and they're saying that the MG Mulan, as it's known in China, it's currently undergoing the final testings in Europe, and it's going to be under the MG4 badge. It's confirmed for the fourth quarter of 2022 in Europe, and it's anticipated to be early 23 in the UK. Now, the MG4 is the brand's first model to be produced on a bespoke electric platform called the Modular Scalable Platform, or MSP, and that's going to form the backbone of the next generation of electric MG models. This particular one is just over 4.2 meters long. It's 1.8 meters wide and 1.5 meters tall. Now, they're saying that the use of the MSP platform is freeing up some space internally for MG. So obviously the transmission tunnel is being removed. There's no need for that. So there's the extra floor space throughout the front and rear. It's got a floating style center console, and that's home to a rotary drive mode selector, as with other models, and electronic parking brake. It's saying the large central touchscreen takes pride of place in the middle of the dashboard, and it's got a compact digital instrument panel sitting behind the two-spoke multifunction steering wheel. There are two battery sizes that are being offered apparently. The base car has a 51 kilowatt hour underfloor battery, and that supposedly will allow up to 217 miles on a full charge. The longer range model has a 64 kilowatt hour battery that will supposedly allow up to 280 miles. The single electric motor develops 167 brake horsepower in the base car and 201 brake horsepower in the 64 kilowatt hour battery version, and that will get you from 0 to 62 in under 8 seconds, and the top speed is limited apparently to 99 miles per hour. Now, MG is saying this MSP platform is going to allow for battery swap and service oriented architecture in the future. So the battery swap is interesting. Obviously that's something that is done by NIO currently throughout China and also in Norway. So it looks like MG are looking at the possibility of that as well. So it looks like quite an interesting car coming to Europe at the end of 2022 and in UK from early 23. By going on this MSP platform, it does open up V2L, vehicle to load capability. So I wouldn't be surprised if this MG4 also has V2L, which is quite useful. If there's say a power cut, for example, you're going to be able to run your fridge or your freezer from your car battery if you've got sufficient charge, and stop any problems there with defrosting of those. So quite a useful feature. So that's the first bit of news anyhow from MG about the release of the MG4, or MG Mulan as it's known in China. Now, my next bit of news relates to the release of the new MG5 in Europe and rolling out into the UK. It includes a 10.25 inch infotainment system. It has vehicle to load, so V2L system that's been included. It's got the MG iSMART Lite. Now, this is a newly developed connectivity system. So it's got a 10.25 inch touchscreen that's got navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Bluetooth, 4 USB ports, DAB, and you can connect via a smartphone app, so those functions can be controlled remotely. Now, as I said, it had vehicle to load, so that allows the battery to supply energy to an external electrical system. It includes a charging cable that's got a Type 2 plug on one side that fits into the car's charging socket, and a power strip with 2 household sockets on the other side, so you can run devices off of that. It's got a maximum output power of of 2,200 watts, and they're saying it's particularly useful where there's no socket available. So as I said, power cuts, that kind of thing. Or if you're out and about and need to do things like an air pump, a kettle, a cooling box, something like that, maybe charging up an e-bike, that could be quite useful. And they say you could even charge another electric car to help out another EV driver if you're feeling that way inclined. So other information around this this new version that's around in Europe, it's got a 61.1 kilowatt hour battery for the long range that gives a 400 kilometer range, and the standard range version has a 50.3 kilowatt hour battery that's a 320 kilometer range. They're saying it does 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 8.3 seconds and a top speed of 185 kilometers per hour. They carry the capability of up to 11 kilowatts AC charging on board, but they are both capable of dealing with DC fast charging up to 87 kilowatts, and they say that allows you to charge the battery up to 80% in about 40 minutes. So not the fastest, but it's okay. Now I quite like this. The new MG5 is offered in 4 body choice colours, one of which is Dover White. So I approve of Dover White. It also has Pebble Black, Diamond Red and Metal Silver. And it's got a couple of trim levels, Comfort and Luxury. So that's a little bit around the new MG5 that's out in Europe. So it's got V2L, which obviously is very interesting. And also they've got this iSMART capability that's available there. My final piece of news relates to EV charging. And this news is that LG Electronics has recently signed a stock sale agreement with GS Energy and GS Neotech to acquire a 100% stake in AppleMango Co. Now they are a company that specialise in electric vehicle chargers. So LG Electronics has acquired a 60% stake and is going to be incorporated as a subsidiary of LG Electronics, and GS Energy have got a 34% stake and GS Neotech have a 6% stake. Now AppleMango was established in 2019, and from slow chargers to fast chargers they've got original technology for electric vehicle chargers that respond to various demands in both the home and commercial spaces. Now, according to an article about this on Clean Technica, they're saying that GS Energy are an energy services company and GS Neotech are an IT service provider. So it's the combination of the energy services company, the IT service and LG's expertise that are being brought together to make it as a bit of a sort of one-stop shop for people that are looking to install EV charging stations. Now, I'm not sure on a time frame for when they're going to be sort of rolling out charging solutions, but they've got a quote here from Paik Ki-mun, who's Senior Vice President of LG Electronics Business Solutions Company, and he's saying, leveraging our know-how and experience in the B2B sector, we offer customized integrated vehicle charging solutions for diverse customers, enhancing the competitiveness of our existing business and ensuring our readiness for future opportunities. Clean Technica is saying that what makes AppleMango a particularly good buy and a great place for 4 companies to team up are the innovative stations that AppleMango has put together. They're saying that AppleMango stations tend to be slim and aesthetically pleasing while offering a decent customer experience, and they've got big display and good software. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with LG coming into the charging market. That's all I know at present, but we'll keep our eyes peeled and see what's happening there. Well, there you go, folks. Hope you enjoyed that and found it useful. If you did, then please click the like button down below. And if you've got any comments about these news items, then please leave those down below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't done so already, then why not subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you get notified when I load up a new video. Well, until next time, bye!